Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing good. It's really cold nowadays, isn't it? Well, I am back again with yet another video of the speaking section of the IELTS exam. Now, today I'm going to take up round 2, guys. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start. So, guys, the point that I want to make here is since we know that all the parts of the IELTS speaking test are connected with each other, so I would just suggest that please don't miss any video that I have made and posted on the YouTube. Okay? Only then you would be able to find the link between all the three, 1, 2, and 3 rounds. Okay? Right, so for today we have taken round 2, which is popularly known as the cue card section. So, why is the name cue card section? Well, guys, see, the word cue means hint. So, clearly, you would get some kind of hint when it comes to the cue card section. So, let's see what is that hint. Now, first, we will discuss the pattern of the cue card section. So, the candidate is given a cue card having a topic written in it. Now, this cue card is having a hint, which is the topic. One single topic would be written on that cue card. Okay, so this one topic is actually the kind of question that you would be getting. So, there won't be any one question, but a series of questions. To be honest, there would be one single main question to which sub questions will follow. Okay? Now, 1 minute will be given to the candidate to prepare his speech over the topic. This means that you're getting one topic, that means one main question, and then related sub questions. So, around you would be getting, say, 4 to 5 questions in total on this cue card. Okay? Now you have to answer all those questions, the main question and the sub questions, one by one. Got it? And for preparing your answer, you will be getting only 1 minute. Got my point? After this 1 minute, you will be asked to speak over that topic, the one mentioned in the cue card in the form of questions, for about 1 to 2 minutes. So you have to speak somewhere between 1 to 2 minutes. But let me tell you something, guys. If you speak for less than 1 minute, you are sure to receive a penalty. What is the penalty in the speaking test? Your band score will be hampered. Okay, so don't do that mistake, and that is the reason I've come up with certain points that you have to keep in mind while giving the cue card section. Number one, first, you don't have to take any stationery inside the test room because an A4 sheet paper and a medium to write, that is a pen or a pencil, that will be provided to the candidate for making notes. Okay, second, of course, when you're making your notes on that A4 sheet paper, you are making notes for a purpose. So while speaking, you can definitely go through the notes and keep on speaking. Okay, so when people come to me and say, ma'am, if we are looking at the notes, would that not be considered uh, incorrect or something? No, it won't be. Okay, because that is the sole purpose of making notes. But mind it, guys, if you constantly stare at the notes while speaking, then definitely it would not be appreciated. The reason is, if you keep staring at your notes, you won't be able to speak confidently. Okay, so do remember that. Third, as I said, speaking for less than 1 minute would surely hamper the band score. So, in case you're speaking for say 1.5 and 2 minutes, but you're maintaining your high range of vocabulary, you're speaking by keeping grammatical accuracy in mind and taking a lot of things in consideration, like your coherence, your fluency, and all, then definitely you will receive a high band score, guys. Okay, so that is all about the pattern and certain points that you have to keep in mind. Let's move ahead. So if you remember my previous video, you must be sure by now about these speaking assessment parameters. We as speakers would be marked on certain things: fluency, coherence, high range vocabulary, that is lexical resource, grammatical accuracy, as I talked about the tenses being correct and all that, grammatical range, that means the use of complex sentence structure using the conjunctions and the linking words and all, and less use of simple sentence structure, and of course the pronunciation. Also, do keep in mind that each of the above carries an equal weightage. Moving ahead, let's talk about what all to remember while speaking. So, when we have already talked about all those parameters, let's talk about them in a bit more detailed manner. Fluency. So, if you remember, I did tell you about talking without any noticeable errors, when you're not hesitant, when you're not stuttering, stammering, speaking with proficiency, with flow. Okay, that is fluency. Focus on your tone. Now, guys, you're actually talking to somebody, you're talking about your own moments, your own memories, your experiences, because this cue card would be having questions based on all those experiences or memories. Okay, it could be anything that you're fond of, you're liking, your dislikings. Getting my point? So you need to be expressive enough, and when you express your views about things that you are really fond of, you talk with pitches. So there are different high pitches and low pitches. Your tone would be different. You would be emphasizing on things which are important. So proper stress would be there. Your expressions, all that matters. So do focus on tone, pitch, and expressions. Keep a balanced pace. Don't talk too fast. Okay? You're bound to make too many mistakes if you do that. Use a range of vocabulary, as I said, high lexical resource, idioms, phrasal verbs, collocations. And as I promised, I would be soon coming up with a video on all of these. Okay? Use a variety of connectors. So linking devices to, of course, come up with complex sentence structure. For example, use however, while, whereas, all of those. Okay? Next, as I said, pronunciation should be in place. Be audible and clear. We all know by now that we are getting recorded on that small recording machine, right? So please be audible, be clear when you're speaking. Then, do not give one line answers. Of course, that is not appreciated when it comes to the speaking test. Please don't talk in phrases, went there, did that. Talk in complete sentences. Okay, and use your required vocabulary, because you have to show that yes, you do hold the command over language. Okay, now if you have not understood the question, please don't hesitate. Politely ask the examiner to repeat it for you. All right? It's better that you understand the question and answer it properly. Getting my point? All right, let's move ahead, guys. Now, what is the strategy to frame answers? Again, I have discussed about this in detail in my previous video. So do watch it, guys, because it is again connected. So we all know by now that framing answers should be done by adding details. Details are really important, guys. Please give your opinion, whether you like something, you love something, or you are absolutely against it. Compare your timelines, your past and your present with your future. Compare your things that I used to play this, but now I'm not into this. I'm more into some other sport. Specify reasons. Tell, because it is like this, I am in favor of this. Yes, I love a particular thing as it lets me do this or enables me to do this. All of these things matter. Then, using the frequency words. What were the frequency words quickly? Yes, the frequency words were usually, then occasionally, seldom, never, rarely, and all of those. So do watch the previous video. Provide examples. Now, examples are important. We know it by now. So if you keep this strategy, as I said, nobody can let you have a low band score. Let's move ahead. Now, guys, there's no better way to explain something than explaining it through an example. So let's take an example and see what actually is this cue card. Now, for example, in your speaking part 2, you are getting the cue card with this question. Describe a journey that didn't go as planned. Describe a journey that did not go as planned. Now, guys, this is your main question. Okay? And your cue card will always give you prompts, hints about what you really have to include in your speech, what answers you should make your notes on, and what you really have to speak in those 1 to 2 minutes. Okay? So, to this main question, there will be several sub questions. Getting my point? Now, let's see what are the sub questions to this one. You should say where you were going, how you were traveling, who you were with, what went wrong, and explain what you would do differently. Getting my point? Now, you have to remember certain things. The most important thing, guys, is that you have to answer each prompt. Please do not miss answering any of these. Very important. Okay? Another thing, when you're answering, don't be restricted. There is no need to answer any of these in sequence. Not like that you have to answer this one first and then this and then this. No. If you wish to start right from here, please do that. You're free to do that. Okay? Just remember that you don't have to miss any point. You're starting from this one or this one, it hardly matters. Just weave them like a story and talk about every question. Okay? Another thing, see, if you remember, I did talk about having that 1 minute for preparation. Now, in that 1 minute, it is humanly impossible to write long sentences for these questions as answers. So, of course, we are going to have certain strategy while we prepare. And what is the strategy? We have to write short notes. Okay? So we have to answer these questions on that A4 sheet paper, but in a way as if we are preparing through short notes. Now these short notes can be as crisp as you want. Okay? And I will tell you how. But before that, let's see one more thing. Please remember to answer factual questions first, guys. Why? Because these factual questions are easy to answer. They're quick. Okay? They're fact based. For example, where you were going. So you have to answer with a place. It's just the name of a place. How you were traveling. The mode of transport. Who you were with. The people, right? Now, these are factual questions that can be answered very quickly. So just answer them and move ahead quickly. And then you have time. You have enough time to describe the other questions that need description. Okay? And what are those descriptive questions? Why? How? Explain. How did you feel? What actually happened? What you would do differently? Explain. All of these questions are descriptive in nature and thus require more time than the factual ones. Okay? So do keep in mind factual ones first and then move on to the descriptive one. Now quickly we will take the same example and let's see how am I going to utilize that 1 minute for making my notes. Okay? So let's see where you were going. Dehradun. So while you're making your notes on that A4 sheet paper, just write Dehradun. Or probably I would go like DDN. Because I know that's the short form of Dehradun for me. And that note making is just for me. While I'm speaking, I should just glance my paper and I'm ready with my answer. So there is no break in my flow when I'm speaking. So the fluency, the proficiency is maintained. Getting my point? So DDN can work. How traveling? Oh, by car. With parents. What went wrong? Now. See, you have almost answered everything. So these were the factual questions. Quickly, you have done that. And now come the ones with description. What actually went wrong? Now description is there, but are you supposed to write the description in detail in that 1 minute? No. So how are we going to do that? Just giving ourselves hints. Okay? So heavy rain, dash, flooded areas, dash, car got stuck. So I am giving myself hints to keep on speaking when I'm actually speaking in that 1 or 2 minutes. Okay? So heavy rain was there, that's why the areas got flooded and the car got struck and all of that. And I know when I see my paper, I'm able to speak. Got it? Another question. What you would differently? Again, descriptive one. So I would have avoided rainy season. So to write this, we can say avoided rainy season, dash, because hills become difficult in rainy season. So hills difficult. Then also we could have avoided much sloped roads. Okay, these are shortcut routes and that is the reason they look attractive to us. But then we made a mistake there because they eventually became a problem. Got it? So that is how we do the cue card and that is how we utilize that 1 minute, guys. I hope this is clear. Let's take another example. The cue card 2. Describe a useful website. Okay, that is my main question. What are my sub questions? You should say from number 1 what it is. So definitely a factual one. Now, what is a skillshare.com? How often you visit it? How often? Twice daily, 1 hour each. What kind of site it is? Educational. What kind of information it offers? Offers various courses. Factual questions done right. Now, my descriptive one. Explain why you think it is useful. The why useful? Many courses are there. You can learn preferred courses. Subscription cost is low. Short duration courses are there. So in less time, I can learn more. I can gain more knowledge. Talk about your yearly subscription. Talk about the courses that you have already completed and what all have you learned through those. So when you speak about all of these things, of course, you're going to speak about in total for around 2 minutes easily. Trust me, guys. Okay? So just weave a story. That is the crux. Take all the questions, use your factual questions first, then come to your descriptive ones. Try to weave a story out of them and just forget about going one by one in sequence. No. Start however you like, but just don't miss any question. Alright. Now, I never leave without homework. Okay? So, here is my practice cue card for you guys. Now, when you know the entire strategy to handle the round 2 of the speaking test fairly well, please don't miss out on this. Practice one cue card that is here. Describe an exercise you know. So, that is our main question, guys. Okay? You should say what it is. So, name the exercise, how it is done. Okay, so how is a bit of explanation. When you first tried it, maybe 1971 or whatever you want to say, what kind of people it is suitable for? Elderly, young people, the youth, of course, and explain why you think it is a good exercise. Another descriptive question. Okay, so take your factuals first, then move on to the descriptive one. Don't miss out on anything, and you're good to go. Now, what you can do for this, you can just simply make your notes. Remember the short style, okay? So quickly utilize that 1 minute by the clock, make your notes, and try to just take a photograph of it and send it to me on my Telegram, or you can also send it to me via Instagram, or you can simply send the entire audio recording of that cue card that you have done in that 2 minutes along with that photograph of 1 minute of preparation to my Telegram or Instagram. You can also use the YouTube comment box to post the same. I love seeing all those answers and I will surely reply. Okay? If there is any other problem regarding this video or any other video or IELTS in general or English language in general, just let me know through any medium you like. Okay? Till then, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep sharing the knowledge. And also don't forget to share the Telegram group ID, Malvika J English, with all the people you think it would be beneficial for. Alright then, I'll sign off now. Keep smiling. Ta-da!